Okay, let's jump right in. We're doing a deep dive today into something that's really the hidden backbone of broadcasting.
It really is. We're looking at the problem of, let's call it signal spaghetti. Just a mess of different formats.
Exactly. And the machine that solves it. We're going to be talking about the integrated receiver decoder, or IRD.
Specifically, the Thor broadcast H-IRD V3-ATSC, a real powerhouse.
So our mission here is to sort of unpack how professional networks take all these, wildly different signals.
Everything from a basic antenna signal off the air to these really complex IP streams.
And turn them into the clean, reliable video that actually gets to your screen. And I should mention, this is not a consumer gadget.
No, not at all. The price tag alone tells you that. We're talking about, what, just under $2,000?
$19.95, yeah. So that price point immediately says this is not for your living room.
Right.
So let's start there. What really makes this H-IRD-V3 fundamentally different from, say, the tuner in your TV? It says it's a multi-standard decoder, but what does that actually mean in practice?
It means operational simplicity. And that is worth its weight in gold in a broadcast environment.
Before a box like this, you'd have a whole rack of different gear.
A whole rack. One piece for satellite, another for cable, another for IP. Now, this one box handles almost everything. We're talking RF signals, DVB-S2 from satellite, QAM from cable.
And even ATSC 8VSB, which is still the standard for like a regular rooftop antenna.
Exactly that. Plus, it takes in professional ASI and IP streams.
Oh.
This is how major networks streamline everything. They consolidate dozens of sources into one platform.
Okay, so you get this massive flow of different data types in. What about processing the video itself? It has to be compatible with, well, everything.
Absolutely. It has to decode both of the major compression standards, MPEG-2 and the newer H.264, and it has to do it perfectly.
And then getting it back out. That's
Right.
where the professional side really kicks in, right?
That's where broadcast integrity is key. You're not just looking for an HDMI port. You need professional outputs like HD-SDI, composite CVBS, and digital audio like AC-BU.
And what about things like captioning? That's a huge deal for compliance.
It's a huge deal. And this handles both the older 608 and the current 708 closed captioning standards.
Yeah.
So you're fully compliant.
This is where it gets really interesting for me, though. The idea of it being a network brain. It's not just converting signals, it's actively managing them. Tell me about this multiplexing function.
This is where it gets incredibly powerful. The IRD has an internal program multiplexer. So imagine you've got shows coming in from a satellite feed via ASI.
And at the same time, maybe a live feed over the internet, IP?
Yes, the V3 can actually combine content from both of those inputs. The operator can pick and choose exactly which programs they want to keep.
And bundle them together?
And bundle them into a single, clean output. You can even retag them, change the PID so the streams don't conflict with each other.
So it's basically grabbing streams from all over the place, running them through a filter, giving them new ID tags, and then packaging them into one big pipe. That's the MPTS, the multi-program transport stream.
That's it, exactly. The MPTS is like a big highway carrying lots of channels. But the real genius for network delivery is its gateway function.
So it can break that highway back down again?
It can. This is where you get that really granular control. The IP output can be configured for up to 32 independent single program transport streams, SPTS.
So if the MPTS is the highway, the SPTS is like a dedicated off-ramp for just one car.
Perfect analogy. Each of those 32 individual streams gets its own unique IP address and port settings.
Wow. So you could send channel 1 to a cable company in one city, channel 2 to your own web stream?
And channel 3 just to a monitor in the control room, all managed from this one device. That kind of flexibility is what modern content delivery is all about.
So what this all really means for you, listening at home, is that this box, the Thor H IRD V3, is one of those unsung workhorses. It's this incredibly versatile platform, making sure all those raw signals get decoded perfectly and routed exactly where they need to go.
It really is the tool that makes reliable, high-quality broadcasting possible.
So let's leave our listeners with this.
It raises a really important question, I think. If just one single piece of equipment in the chain has to be this complex, managing 32 separate, uniquely addressed streams at the same time, what level of just immense hidden complexity does that imply for the entire global network that brings content to your screen every single day? It just hints at the sheer scale of what's happening behind the scenes.
A perfect final thought on the hidden layers of modern media. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.